Coming out of high school, LeBron James Sr. was the top-ranked NBA prospect in his class. From practically the moment he could pick up a basketball, he was identified as the chosen one as a future superstar years before he was eligible to become a professional basketball player, and about as close to a sure thing as a young athlete will ever get. LeBron James Jr., on the other hand, is something a bit more conventional. Midway through his junior season at Los Angeles powerhouse Sierra Canyon, Bronny James is ranked as the 34th best player in his high school class. His standing as a prospect has slipped since he reached the high school level, as 247 Sports ranks him at number 19 in the class of 2023, as recently as September of 2020. Now, he's not even the highest ranked son of a former athlete in that class, as the 2023 crop is headlined by DJ Wagner, son of LeBron's former teammate DeJuan Wagner. A 4-star ranking is nothing to sneeze at for most prospects. It's fairly low, though, for a prospect literally named LeBron James. He has a lot of pressure with that name on the back of his jersey and has to live up to a lot of expectations. With a prospect of that caliber not named LeBron James, he will probably be expected to spend multiple years in college developing his skill set and preparing to transition from a collegiate star to a professional role player. That might not be a luxury Bronny has, though, because his more famous father is already tying the end of his own career to the beginning of his son's. The elder James has not set a definitive timeline for the end of his career. His current Lakers contract expires in 2023 and has already said he will play his last season next to his son Bronny and will do whatever it takes to get Junior into the league. Bronny won't become eligible to be drafted until 2024 at the earliest. By that point, LeBron James Sr. will be nearing his 40th birthday. If he declares for the 2024 draft as a prospect who, on merits, would be unlikely to be selected in the first round, his draft stock would depend on just how high a pick some team is willing to spend on a year of his father's services. And the longer James Sr. remains on one of the very best players in the NBA, the higher that pick is going to end up being. One thing for sure is Bronny has a spot locked in the NBA for at least a few seasons. If he is able to learn from his father while playing next to him, that would be great. But Junior is not the prodigy coming out of high school just like his father was. Despite having all of the resources, his dad was simply born with it. But we will just have to wait and see what will happen with Bronny Jr. when he comes to the league.